now this had killed the market for, of course. So now this had killed the market for, of course.
Bwakola kati nkubuulira kwekwasa
tebakulawo oli wala tuli Kampala Uganda yiyo saving frequently added, frequently chatting.
Yes, you're welcome on Black Hot Fire Network. Good afternoon. Today is a Tuesday, 14th of June. Happy new month. We are still in a new month. Yeah, we are still in the first week of June, and happy birthday for those who celebrate their birthday today. And yes, it's me, Africa Maria, with my colleague INNOSSETU, broadcasting live from Kampala, Uganda. Yeah, today the weather is a little bit cold for me. INNOSSETU says it's me who is feeling cold. Yeah, I guess I'm a little bit sick or something. I don't know, but I felt cold. So, of course, today, Tuesday being a relationship day, we usually talk about relationships every Tuesday. Of course, kids change the schedule, and every Tuesday we usually have a joint discussion with our brothers. But I guess we are not able to meet and have a joint discussion. We are not able to meet and, of course, have a joint discussion. I guess they're having another discussion. WhatsApp people, you guys be coming on at different Williams. Yeah, at times we want to come consecutively and consecutive times, but at times the electricity isn't our friend. Yeah, so whenever it's on, then we do. And at times, and the time here is 10:34 a.m. Yeah, okay. That's cool. For us here, it's already the sun is going to sleep. That's how Africans say the sun is going to sleep. Soon we are going to see the moon come up. And so, yeah, we are heading to a nighttime here. Sorry, we don't have a consecutive time. But like I say, guys, I know you're expecting us to have a joint discussion with the Kenyans, but we are not able. We are not able because I guess they are on another network, something like that. But since every Tuesday, it was made a mandatory that we discuss about relationships. And yeah, even if it is me and Innocent, we are still going to follow the protocol of course, relationship. And today's topic is relationship all about being rich. Amen. I guess. Okay, I don't know. I don't know this. Whenever it's a relationship thing, it's always like a freestyle discussion. It's always about someone speaking their mind, and of course, exchanging our views towards some a lot. I will start a little bit. Being rich, I don't know. Being rich is a wider thing. All right. I usually tell you I may not have all the Lamborghinis and all those cars, but me, Maria, really, I'm someone who is rich in different ways because, first of all, I'm healthy. All right. I'm healthy, which means I can be wealthy whenever,
So
if
so
all goes well. But of
so
course, this time I think you're
should
talking about financial issues.
mm,
Then before he before he cut me, no, I was coming there. So I guess about this topic, it's all about finances and money wise. All right. To me, I'm gonna say something. It may sound a little bit awkward, but truth is truth, right? Money is very important. And if I told there is somebody who's gonna say money is not important in a relationship, then maybe you are dating a wrong person, I should say. Money is very important now because this is what the world is all about. This is what the society um, has of course has turned into. It is not like the days of our forefathers or the days of our ancestors where for you to be rich you should have a huge piece of land to be able to cultivate. You should be having animals. You should be having a farm filled with different, domestic animals. You should have a whole lot of children that can an army that is going to protect your boundaries because you're having a huge piece of land. You should have a very good, disciplined family because that was part of riches at that time. And now it is all about the money on your account, your ATM card, and all the assets you got and everything that of course follows. Um, I know when somebody talks about money, they sound so greedy and materialistic. But at the end of it all, money is really important. I really don't know the kind of relationship, but I wouldn't say that in all relationship. But I guess we are talking about relationship of a man and a woman, right?
mm.
Husband and wife. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It is the relationship that is recognized in Africa.
Okay.
Mm. Man and the wife, yeah.
Yeah.
Our boyfriend
How
girlfriend
about friend?
stuff.
Is it necessary?
Boyfriend girlfriend stuff. Man and the wife.
Is it
It
necessary
it,
for a
it no
boyfriend to
it,
demand?
no it is like they are just titles, but the fact it remains that it is a man and a woman, or female and a male person
Yeah,
engaging
I
in a
think this time
relationship. They're just titles.
I think we're gonna focus on people who are sharing same responsibilities and all that. I'm not gonna look at a boyfriend or girlfriend wanting money or bullshit because it's not. Well, they don't even have that right
And
at a certain level.
like a lot of people like have a lot of factors to choose someone, whether it is because some relationships before going to marriage they start from boyfriend girlfriend,
Yeah, of
then
course. Yeah.
so kitegeeza katubyogereko byonna, then they upgrade. Because some people, like someone may be like, I'm falling in for that guy just because that guy is well off. The guy is driving, the guy is having a stable business, the guy is doing good financially, his bank
Mm.
account is doing good. and that's why they are falling in for each other.
But that shouldn't be the reason why someone is falling in love. That's why I'm
Gray,
okay.
you know the truth.
I don't know any truth.
Okay.
I don't know any truth about this.
Kagamba
Because
tola abantu,
but I've
but
seen poor people also in love. So there is no truth about that. I think it depends on an individual. Because I've also seen poor people in villages who have nothing and they are married. And I've also seen extremely rich people who don't even want to get married. So I don't know, and this is why I wanted to look at this at a little bit higher level. But like said, to say we should we should exploit all that dating kind of someone looking at someone as rich and then making their decision basing on their wealth or whatever they find the definition of wealth is towards them. But maybe I'll drive a little bit. I will let to discuss a little bit about that. But let me first say this: um, money or being rich. I don't know. Uh, being rich. I don't know how richness is measured or something. Um, because I may say someone has money when they are not rich, and actually, not everyone is. The biggest population of people in the world are not rich when it comes to financial uh, statuses. All right, but anyway, um, having money, having enough money that is able to cater for your needs, your family, your children, and their needs, and whichever family that you have at that time to your satisfactory. I feel like it's very important in a relationship. For example, the factor of having money has also influenced a lot of things in a relationship. For example, we still have some other people who say, if I really, there is no water, Kunta. So, like, so if like people, if at all that you are able to take care of the responsibilities you have, then I guess it is okay. But like I was telling you before, guys, that a lot of people really look at they really look at the biggest factor that have led to decision making in relationships or marriages has a lot to do with the financial statuses of the spouses. You'll find that someone says, I'm not going to have kids if I don't have money. I'm not going to have kids because I cannot afford them. I'm even not going to marry a woman because I cannot afford her. I cannot afford uh, being, of course, taking care of this woman. So I can't afford. So you see that most of the time people are making decisions according to their financial statuses, and if you do make decisions in outside that financial bracket, usually people see you. Usually people see you as someone who cannot plan properly, or probably as someone who is stupid. Like, why is she having all these kids when they're poor, they cannot afford the children's school fees and all that, which brings us to that topic of today, that having money is very important. Being able to support yourself financially is very important. But we've also seen a lot of rich people, a lot of people who have a lot of money that can even take care for the entire village, and they are not ready to take the full responsibility other people would be willing to. So when you look at relationships nowadays, we see a lot of people usually there is this whole thing that comes along, like gold digging. Women are gold diggers and all that. Really, if I would say someone should be called a gold digger if that person is not ready to make to support their relationship financially, because it's not a one-way thing. If at all we are able to, if at all we have the potential, or we are able to contribute to this wealth that we of course want to have, then no one should be called a gold digger. All right. But it is also okay for, or it's also okay for someone to wish or to want to feel secure with the spouse or the person they want to get married to. A lot of people want to go into a relationship where they want to feel safe. Like, I want to go into this relationship. I want to feel safe because, and this is why a lot of them end up looking for the material part of it all, and actually and maybe this is where at times people go wrong, more especially when it gets to riches. Once you put this as the number one priority, at times things don't go the way you hope them to. And I guess this is why a lot of people blunder along the road. I grew up really, um, I come from a very humble family, a family where we have to struggle for apparently a lot. A family where I've seen my mom struggle to make ends meet. A family that whenever school begins, your mom sits behind the curtains and she be crying over there because she doesn't know how shit is gonna be done. But again, seeing my mother hustle and up to this point that no one no one has not been to school. Everyone has attended school and in good levels. And right now, my mom can never say she failed. Right now, my mom people can never say my mom failed. But there are other families that have had their both parents and have not achieved what we have achieved. But growing up in that kind of environment, of course, molded me to be humble in all aspects, because I remember there was a certain time when you used to come home and you knew the earlier you start working, that's the better for you, because that means at the end of it all, you're going to have a little bit enough of your pocket money. At least you're not going to see your mom cry because or and other things. So it was very important that we make money at a very early stage. We made our mom made sure that we are involved in the family businesses. Now, um, and until now, there is no one who will sit around even if you don't find a job, and then you cannot do, and then you fail to at least employ yourself, because with all that we gain skills of doing a lot of different things, which of course is important now. Yes, we talk about that, and of course remember or reminisce the past, and we see ourselves as strong. But our childhood, all right, there is a lot of things that we missed as children growing up, and this is the most scaring part when it comes to people who want to be parents. Everyone is gonna revise and be like, I don't want my child to experience what I experienced before. I don't want my child going to school with without this kind of thing. All right. Now I think and again, when it comes to poor people, this is the funniest thing. I think this is why usually people have that labeling thing of gold digger stuff. Someone is a gold digger or something, because most of these people have experienced a terrible life, and they're so desperate for something better or something greater. But again, they handle this thing in a wrong way entirely. All right. And I guess if we had, because it is okay for you, so it is okay for a man who is rich or for a woman who is rich to fall in love with someone who isn't. It is not a must. And everyone is just so afraid. If I fall in love with a rich man, everybody's going to say, I'm a gold digger. At any time, this man is pissed with me. Definitely, it's going to remind me I'm poor. And this is why everyone needs to work. Unfortunately, we are all not blessed equally. Because at times, no matter what you do, some other people get it on a silver platter, some other people have to hustle, some other people have to bleed.
Chill.
Hmm?
Chill.
Some other people have to bleed in order to earn. So we are all not blessed in the same way. And when it comes to and when it comes to people like us who come from a humble background, it becomes so hard. You have to hustle 7 times than other people to make sure that you make ends meet. All right. You have to hustle. You are not like this other person whose father is rich, whose mother is really rich, and for them they just get everything, and whatever hustle they have, they're just adding a little. And for us, some of us have to have everything from scratch. All right. But it's okay for you to want to have a spouse who is financially stable. It's very fine. But the way you address this whole matter is, I think, that the problem. All right. It is okay for you to want to be secure. It is okay for a man to say, I want a woman who is financially stable, because I'm also financially stable. It is just not okay for you not to be financially stable and you're putting your demands up here. It's weird. And they say you have even never earned not even $1, and your demands are extremely huge. You want something bigger than even what your father afforded. You want something bigger than even what your entire generation can come up with. So I think people should be realistic, all right? And I know everyone is desperate. Actually, if there is anybody who says they don't want to be rich or they don't want to be, except I have a problem. I'm always so scared of being extremely rich. Now that's gonna be funny. It scares me. But first of all, I look at rich people as people who don't have peace.
Ate naye kati nsokuwandikira olukuwala b'eddipi.
I look at people. Yeah, true. I look at people who are rich or who are extremely rich as people who are living a very sad life. They have their own kind of pain behind their curtains, the pain that I wouldn't really wish to experience. And at times, some people think I'm very stupid to not to want to be like those people. I don't know, maybe it is not okay for me to be contented. I have to have higher, extremely higher dreams. um but it's being extremely rich is also scaring, because I've seen a lot of rich people who are so indisciplined. Even if and at times I question myself where their humanities are. At times I question myself, like, how can they live like that? All right, maybe I've seen those who behave uh, in a way that is not humanly. But it is okay for you to want enough for you, I should say. I don't know how much is enough. I don't know how big is enough, but enough should be enough. But there are people who want extremely, they go ahead. You want to have a huge sack of dollars, and then you even don't know what to use this money for. But you still want that money to be around there. Maybe in whatever. But anyway, I'll let Innocent tell us a little bit about this big rich shit in a relationship.
Um,
Nigga, Tracy.
so um, relationship and riches. Uh, um, Money, like you said, money is needed in a relation because like everything like almost everything that are done in a relationship, they are supported by money. But we have seen a generation where someone to get married to someone, these are things I've seen people do. I will not say that. Sorry, guys, for that. Unsunken one says no sound. Blink hard if Maria is threatening you. Bro, 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 bro. Maria is not threatening me, but I was saying that um, where are you now? Hmm, hmm. So, relationship and money, these are two things that, of course, that can't be.
What makes you guys think I'm threatening? You think innocent is not man enough? Or well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just and second one. I'm just me. How can I threaten Innocent? How can I threaten? I was just here by the window. I was just by the window, so he read and I heard. So you thought you are in a silent communication. I cannot threaten Innocent. Not in any way whatsoever. Mm. It has been long, by the way. And second one, I think I've not seen you in a year. Yeah, we are making a year for sure. Maybe. But I think it's a year. We are coming to a year. You don't usually come on our live.
I didn't say anything.
Then a mass.
Maybe 2 months.
Oyo guy wamma mulabako wano. Maybe you're on other shows, but mine and INNOSSETU's, I think it's coming to a year. Yeah. You get.
So I was saying that we have seen. I've seen. I will not say that to me, to certain people. I've seen majority of the women today. When it comes to making relationship, choosing someone for a relationship, majority of them. I don't mean that they are women that you would. I will not say that there are women that, of course, that like that who are not in the category or who are not among the people that I'm going to say here. But I've seen majority of the women here in Uganda, even other parts of Africa, Nigeria, actually all of Africa,
The world.
maybe the world. When they are making choices for relationship, the first thing that comes into their list, the first thing the first thing that is on the list is how does the man earn? Where does that man live? Is he driving? And some people have reached even an extent of saying, "Are you driving?" The other time I was at the campus, uh, there is a woman. She's a woman. She's no longer a girl. She's a woman. She's a woman. Simumanyi but she's a woman.
She
She
in our
works.
class.
She works well with Bukede. She works with that Bukede media kind of stuff.
In our class.
Not in our class.
Not in our class.
Yeah, but she was like, there is a certain guy who wanted to woo this woman. The woman was like, "For me, I'm ready to go with you as long as you have a ride, as long as you have a car."
Maybe she just wanted a ride home.
That is how people are. That is how people are classifying relationship. That is how people are taking relationship to be. She's ready to, if whether the woman, whether they go for testing about the sicknesses they have each other or what, as long as he has a car,
She doesn't care.
she doesn't care. And she's not the only person I've seen making like putting such things or riches, because these are the riches, because riches, it's not all about money. It's not all about money. These are possessions people have. What you take it? Yeah, the people have. It can be cash. It can be anything. What you take it? It can be anything. Riches can be anything. It can be in cash or in asset form. So I've seen, look at African marriages. Look at marriages in Uganda. What we used to call wedding in Uganda. The first thing for one to get married to someone, or to, like maybe making an introduction or the real wedding, when you look, actually, that's why very many people are making stunts. The other time we were watching a video on TikTok. Someone was like, "We are hiring cows for wedding," but in reality, these things were real some time back. But now that's how the generation, of course, has put things to be, has made relationship to go as far as it is now. When you look at weddings, ojja kulaba nga they bring tanks, they cows must be there whether they have the capability of buying cows or not. Okitegeera? Leaving that alone, I've seen very many girls. I was watching the other time on TikTok, a Kenyan TikToker, who is a TikToker or a media personality stuff. The woman was like, "You have to be with money as a man." It's no longer, actually, it's no longer like women based. I've seen men who are looking for women who have money. So it is not all assets, not even money, all assets. So it is not based on women only. However, it is too much on women than men. I've seen girls, little girls who have been dating boys of their ages, of their same age, of the same age, who have dropped them for older men who have money. I've seen girls who have, of course, gone, who bakuyita kukula bakuyita but
Kula bini tu.
babiyita batya kukula buzibu. Gold digging.
Yeah.
I've seen young girls who are gold diggers just because of money. Someone gets married to a guy for 2 months, gets married to another guy for other 3 months. In a year, he gets married for like 6 times in a year. Someone gets married. Which take just because a lot of people are determining relationship to be supported, or to be or they're making riches fast in relationship. Which take so it's not all about like that's what I'm seeing with and stupidly enough, these girls get money, but I don't see where these people take that money. Where those people put that money? First take up. Where do they put it? Renita. Renita gold digger. Vincent has take up.
They have to buy lavishing things that.
Like I've never seen these girls like showing that money. Fine, they get that money, but where do they put that money?
They get the money.
I've seen few.
They have to buy expensive clothes. Now, but by the now, this is the funniest thing I've realized about people who don't really sweat for their money. And I think something that is not yours is always not yours, whether you like it or not, because I've seen this with very many people. So you're asking where they put it. That most of them want to live a standard that they cannot afford.
A TikTok, Facebook Live.
Someone wants to get some expensive clothes. You know, they have to live that expensive life. That oh God.
And actually media has made it worse, because we see like a lot of girls posting photos on Facebook. Someone shares statuses on WhatsApp when they're in expensive hotels, they're in expensive they're on beaches, expensive beaches, they're in expensive bars. And this actually, to me, I think this is the root cause of someone wanting someone who has those huge, someone who has assets. Because you fine, like you said, money must be there for a relationship to stand. Hmm?
No,
But
for
there
you
is that
to
extreme
support each
demand.
other.
There is that extreme demand. Like for me, like people here, for me, I can't date someone who doesn't have a car. You have a friend who said that
Yeah.
I can't date someone who doesn't have a car. I can't
I
date
leave my
someone
friend.
who doesn't have a border border. A lot of women
I
are falling for
think
border men just because they have a ride.
I think like I was saying, I think it is okay for someone to make those demands, but the biggest question is, do you have what you want someone else to have? Because it's okay for you to have a car. I don't want a guy who doesn't have it. All right. So you want to get you don't want at times maybe you raiding your money, the cow stuff. But it is weird for you, not even your entire family to have a car, but you're expecting someone else's son
And the
to be
funny thing,
having
the
a
funny
car.
thing, the funny thing with riches or a man who has money, having money or having riches, and giving you that money, they are two different things. Because I've seen women that have, of course, that have got married to rich people, and they are crying out like these people are not giving them money, stuff. These people are starving. Tawulira.
And when it comes to that story, I'm sorry. Most people who have just gained their riches when they have grown, they're the ones who behave weirdly
Mm.
like that.
Nga tebagaba.
Mm-mm.
Eh.
Tebagaba naawe. Omuntu omugagga eyakulira mu ssente tazirulunkanira.
Mm.
Eh?
Was when nebagaba. Mm.
Bano abantu abafunye ssente ng'abadde munaku ne bw'oba mukazi we
Mm.
aba ayina amaalo. Ne bw'oba
Ne-
mukazi
ne-
we
ne-
waka
ne- n'ekyo-
waakiri
n'ekyo-
azikuuma n'aziwa omulala omukazi.
Ate obusiri, that is stupidity.
But they do that all
That
the
is
time.
stupidity. I think giving kiva ku muntu yenga mugabo.
And
Because we have seen people that have bombed recently with money, and they are serving out cash to people.
serving out cash kitegeeza nti other people are serving out cash because they want to be
We
seen.
may think
I'm talking about genuine
amakubo
and
mwe
giving money.
bazijjo oba olumu ge gabaleetera okuba nti tebaziwa bantu
Abantu
baabwe.
babeera bubeezi bwe batyo. By the way, a lot of people don't want to be rich. Let me tell you, a lot of people don't want to date poor guys because I was telling you something. I grew up as a person. I knew that a man and a woman meet, and then it doesn't matter their financial status.
It's all
But
about
as so
getting
long
married.
as they get together, they have to make sure that they can work things out. All right, this is something I knew. But I also knew it is okay if you find someone who has money. Just say, no, I cannot date you because you have money. No. But if your heart goes for that person, the most important thing is the hard work. If you see that this person not wanting, you don't want things that you've not worked for. If you see like this person is willing to take a step, no matter what, to make sure that they work so hard to reach that height, then there is room for growth or for of course becoming rich. Now, there are reasons. Every woman is going to tell you, I'm not going to date a poor guy and struggle. Okay, I struggle with this guy. We are sleeping on a small bed. At times, even we don't have a bed. We are hustling. Our children are not going to the best schools. And I make sure that when he goes, I have to make sure I make sure I make sure I get soup, or I'm to feed the kids. I struggle and all that. And at the end of the day, or throughout their struggle, and of course even the woman involving in this whole struggle, and when they reach at a certain point of this whole thing, a man gets rich. Okay, they get rich, both of them, because now they have worked together. And the next thing, this man who was always humble because he doesn't have money, that is the most that is the time I was telling you guys that when we are having I don't remember. People always, the reason why most people, more especially the people who were humble before, the people who were humble before, a lot of people have changed because of the experience they have seen. We have seen women, more especially in Africa, who have begun with their men at a very humble foundation. And these women have persevered, they have endured all circumstances, they have endured everything. All right. And they have gone through a lot. But at the height of this of their relationship, more especially at the moment where they are supposed to be enjoying the fruit of their endurance and hard work, and of course, it is someone else who is doing this. This is the time where men see, she's not my type. You were his type when he did not have money. All right, you were his type when he did not have money. Now that he has money, he sees other types who also want this money. You were so stupid not to want the money in the first place. Secondly, now there are a lot of women who want the money, and and I think this is why we see a lot of African women now saying that I also don't want to have a poor guy. You date a man who is broke, it is also another headache. Someone is always emotional the moment issues go wrong. Of course, it is in nature. They get angry easily each time, every time. So you decided to endure this whole emotional stress of bankruptcy and poverty. And when he gets it, then you are definitely not gonna be this person's type, which makes me think that maybe this person wasn't your type in the first place. You just had this woman because she was the only woman who was willing to love you when you had nothing. But you did not, if at all you had the potential to love somebody else, it wouldn't be this woman. This is the problem this is the problem that a lot of relationships are experiencing now. People are with poor men, broke men, let me use that word, are with women because the women they feel like it's their class, or the women they would wish to have don't want them because they are broke. But they look at them every time through the window and they fancy these women, and they want to work so hard because I want to work extremely hard because I want to have that woman. I want to have that kind of woman. For you, they are having you because you were the only choice at that time, and because for you, they can afford you. Okay, and this is why we're having things falling apart. And that's why we see a lot of young girls, a lot of women don't want also to date because their future is not guaranteed with these poor men. Their future is not guaranteed with these broke men. Each time, and that's why someone I have my uncle, the one who follows my mom, that my mom's younger brother. Uh, he married this woman from a very extremely humble background. This woman's family was not educated. They were all not educated. They were in remote areas. Mom says that they went there to purchase a piece of land at that time. And I guess the son fell in love with this woman. I don't know. But time came, this woman never wanted my uncle to leave that area, that rices. Never wanted my uncle to leave. And by the way, when the even when my grandmother wanted the son to leave because he had got a scholarship to one of the best schools in the country at that time. The woman started crying. She never wanted my uncle to leave because she knew her standards. She wasn't, she knew the moment this man goes out there, he's definitely going to find other women of that class, or he's going to have, or get, or richer or something. And by the way, juju is real in Africa. Shit is real. People do a lot of shit, really. So my grandma had to insist. She moved to the place where the son, she had left the son, or where the son was at that time with this woman. And she removed her son and took the son back home and prepared my uncle to go to this school where he had got a scholarship. Now, this woman, by the way, until even our grandma passed, she never loved our grandma. Yes, it was true when our uncle moved out, he saw a different life entirely, met with other educated women and all that. And this other woman was back in the village at that time. But of course, the woman moved, they married, they wedded, they did all that kind of stuff. But I think even until now, my uncle is still not the same when it comes to that woman, even if they are together in a relationship. But this woman, first of all, her understanding is extremely a little bit different from my uncle's understanding. She sees things differently. At times, we even wonder. All right, she still has that there is a kind of thinking she has, and that's how she has raised her kids. Now, most of her children have not gone to school. Most of her children have really, all of our children have really not gone to school. All right. And because for her, there is the way she views the world and things entirely. There are things she doesn't really care about. There are things that she holds with the utmost and stuff like that. But that is not the issue. That is not the issue. But I was giving you an example. The woman never wanted my uncle to achieve anything because it was threatening to her. All right. It was threatening to her. Now, a lot of people, we have seen these stories. We have seen one of the pastors here, a typical pastor,
And a rich man.
and a very extremely rich man. You see the pictures when he got the wife. He was even always wearing one coat throughout. And this woman was there. When they had their church in plywoods, this woman was there. They had children, they had to struggle. This woman was there. Whatever it is they did, this woman was there. Until this pastor got extremely rich with a lot of houses, a lot of journal media houses, radio station, televisions, a lot of companies. And then he got another man who was working at a casino. All right. I don't know whether it was about the sex, or the guy was exposed to the casino situation that he had never seen with the wife before. I don't know. Because this is not the woman you can leave your wife for. In truth. But he left the wife, and he ashamed the wife, talked ill about the woman and all that. He said the things that even the world needed not to know. Because he was, I don't know. Maybe people grow out of love. I don't know. But so if I told people grow out of love, what is it? Should people just go and kill themselves? Should people keep on sacrificing for this? You sacrifice, you say, I'm going to date this person no matter how they are. And at the end, this is how you are repaid. So this woman, after this whole time, this man went ahead and married this woman, a pastor, divorced the wife, with whom they have children, with whom they started from zero, because they were even sleeping in the church where they were preaching, they were sleeping. And when I tell you about when I tell you that the place was ugly, and know that it was ugly, when it comes to Africa, it was really ugly. But this woman persevered, washed that one coat every Sunday, and Wednesday the man would wear the same coat. She made sure she washed, she ironed, she brushed, all the stuff. And there is no way there is no, even this man even said, I can never I will never lie that this woman ever cheated on me, or I've ever seen this woman talk to another man. But for him, he was, after getting money, he met this casino attendant, this lady who was working in a casino. Whoever was winning the bet in a casino would go with her. Whatever happened, he fell in love with this woman extremely, that he decided to divorce the wife and leave the wife with nothing. All right, and said, if the children want to be on your side, I'm letting go the children. I'm even removing my name from the children, so the children should not inherit their father's name, and gave his name to the child this woman came with. Now, if at all, what do people want other people to do, really? If you look at this kind of story, whose future is guaranteed? You wake up and decide to date a broke man. It is a sacrifice that you're making. You cannot be 100% sure that your future is going to be fine with this person, because I know this woman prepared every day. She was sweating every single night. She was doing whatever it is she was doing. She was hoping and knowing, the moment my husband gets rich, or the moment we reach that goal that we are hustling for, we are going to be happy. We are going to live happy with our children. My children are not living happy. She's not. She is old.
Yeah, she's even out of the country.
Hmm?
She's out of the
She's
country.
she's out of the country because people gave her money. Because people felt sorry. Why should people feel sorry for me after all this time I've hustled? Why should the outsider decide to say, we are giving you, we are trying, you come to UK, we are going to find you a job or something? Why?
That story was so
I have
horrifying.
hustled for this. There is not just
There is a way that guy, is it, they call it blackmailing, defaming,
defaming the woman.
like Mbwaunya. She had like those stuffs.
Nenga yabigumira. He started saying that the wife has fistula, she bleeds throughout. I'm buying a cotton wool. Every time I buy like a full lorry. Ate tolambo n'oyo omukazi agenda kulwala fistula, ono gwalina akasolo kaako kamufu. Gwe tolaba waliwo ebintu, olaba cervical cancer, n'omulabulaka n'omukazi ng'alina cervical cancer ne bwebantu nga tolina kondomu ogimba. And people don't know the things. Cervical cancer keva ku bakazi, basajja be bagitambuza, but for them they don't have a cervix. So after shaming this woman, even people came out. This is it. What do you want? Like, everyone is not secure in today's generation. Value of relationship has lost value. Marriage has no value at all. Everyone is trying to look for a place where they can put their head. And if at all you are the one who falls prey, all right. So if I talk this man shamingly, you can't more replacing them because one a casino. A woman you met when she was still a teen, you broke her virginity, you married her. He cannot even come out to tell, because people were asking, has she ever cheated? She even saw that he has even never had the wife talk to another woman. For all those years, the woman is now old. And now you are leaving her to go to the world to do what? So another person who was, from her teenage life, she was in a casino giving her body to every man who wins the bet. And the entire country knows she was a casino celebrity. And you are majestically divorcing your wife. And you're divorcing your I told them I'm not feeling fine. My lips are very dry. I think I'm going to fall sick. So you can see now this typical example. Who has ever experienced this story that is going to wake up and decide to get married to a broke guy? It is a scaring adventure. I remember investing in it, but it is very scary. You cannot be so sure. You cannot be so certain. And even everything has its disadvantage and its advantage. But the truth to be told, dating a broke guy is a very scary adventure. Dating a man with you,
So
because at least you know if this rich guy has chosen to love me when he's rich, even when he's poor, he's going to love me. But you date a broke guy, you are not sure whether he will still love you when he's rich. But there is a guarantee when a rich man loves you. When a rich man loves you, send an wow.
uh,
I gotta mchezo wapi? Ayongerako.
so in whatever that you said, so should we think that there are not guys who are not rich, but there are people who are not rich as such, but they can support, they can pay their bills, they can take their children at school, they can support their wives, they can, but so should we think that even those marriages like should not exist? Because it's like you're emphasizing that like they shouldn't date like the binacle dating abali ba rich men.
No, I said it's a bit. It's a bit, and actually, it's a. I'm not saying they shouldn't. They shouldn't date. I'm not saying that people shouldn't date people who are broke or something. But I've given you reasons why. I've given you situations where that scare a lot of people. Okay, I've given you situations. I've given you reason why.
They shouldn't
Why?
date struggling boyfriends.
Everyone has a, but by the way, you can never say never, and we've seen struggling people also having their struggling people, and then their relationship, and they're moving on, and they're there because these very stories come from struggling group foundations, but the way they end is a very, it takes a man who was raised by it, like I always tell Innocent to something. Usually there are things that people look at in a relationship that to me I find useless. Someone is gonna look at something and for them they feel like this is the most important thing. Whether someone is rich or poor, there is a quality that
Should have in
both
common.
sides should have in common, and that quality is kindness. You see what people say, I'm looking for a smart woman. A smart woman will even kill you in your bed with her smartness, even if it is a quality and it is important. I'm looking for a beautiful woman. Yes, we have seen even beautiful women giving birth to ugly babies. I'm sorry, maybe they are not ugly, but babies who are not to their standards. Because most men will say, when I date this woman, if I marry her, there is how they assume their children that are going to be. You even don't know whether she bleached, you even don't know whether she has plastic surgery, you don't know whatever it is. There is a lot of drama. Someone will say, I want to get married to a woman who is of my religion. I want a woman who comes from a family that, of course, a family that is not divorced, because that's a sign that she's not going to divorce me. People have their own things. But marrying someone who is kind or dating someone who is kind is very extremely important. And this quality, people don't look at as important. There is no way a kind person will do such a thing that money did. Because people grow out of love and it is normal. It might even be me. It might even be a woman that you have been with since you're poor and you get rich and she grows out of love and she doesn't want you anymore and she's going for a gatekeeper who even doesn't have.
Who is kind to her?
No, I'm not saying who is kind. And she's going for this man who is not even your level financially. But if that woman has a bit of kindness in her, she'll always look back and remember. When people are kind, they tend to think about people's emotions before they act. You tend to think now, if it is, what now? Am I really going to do this to INNOSSETU? You remember where you've come from. You remember the promises you made. Your kindness cannot allow you to make someone bleed. These are things that people don't look at as important. Someone just, they don't even care. And this is why we always see there is usually older people have a tendency. Do you know that someone who is so old can just look at someone and someone utters two words and they will know that this person is kind, even if this person has not done a kind gesture. And other people always think that someone who talks softly is kind, and those people are more deadlier, because this is how people who don't know how to, they think someone talks softly. You will find a woman is, I told you last time, this lady who made my hair, the way she was, I was I was at a salon and she was making my hair, and at times she would say things and you don't even hear what she was saying. And but she was always quarreling on my head, and she was quarreling with the people she was communicating with. The woman, the boss, her boss sends her, pass me, something like right behind you. She will pass it and she starts insulting the boss. And you will not know. She has a very soft voice. And it was me, because she was she was making my hair. I was hearing everything. And people said, it was like, how come she's like this? With that soft voice. And then there was this guy, I think, was trying to con her or date her. Ooh, he came and had bought some maize. I had bought some corn, fresh corn, and she told the guy, I cannot even try to imitate her voice, but her voice was, if you listen to her speak, you are taking an extremely humble woman. But within those hours I had sat, I knew she was a very dangerous person. So when this guy came, even she said softly to this guy, I don't know even how to imitate her voice, but let me try. Like, so I also want some maize, with a very soft voice. And the guy, and you could see, yeah, and you could see the guy. There is when someone is responding with their knees, broken. The guy also was trying to imitate, they should give you. So I looked at both. I looked at both the people. I said, now this guy doesn't know. This guy doesn't know this, because the moment this lady started insulting those elder women for sending her to pick something, right, which was behind, which is normal, because you were just close to that thing. It is just a matter of you picking it and passing it over. And she was insulting this woman with her soft voice. You wouldn't even bother or care to listen. And at the back of your mind, you wouldn't even think she's insulting you or something. But she was doing it. Now, there are a lot of things that people usually, there is no way a kind person, there is no way a kind person will wake up one time and commit such kind. It is okay for somebody to be kind, but it is not okay for somebody to be a lot of people skip that big element, and it could be the reason why we are experiencing Pastor Bujingo is not kind. And no, there is one thing I know, because even the moment this man had married this woman, even his entire preaching changed. Every time he's talking about sex, sexual styles, sex, each time he's in the church, throughout. Like I said, this woman must have brought that casino style in Bujingo's life that he had never seen with the wife before. Having married the wife, as they were both amateurs, and went and dated this woman who was sexually exposed, and now he thinks all he needs is sexual satisfaction.
She's taking him into sexual venture.
Yeah,
adventure. Sorry.
Yeah, and because this each time he's preaching, it's about. Each time this man is preaching, he speaks one thing, the second one is talking about sex. Give your wife sex, even if right now you are finishing the mass, go to wherever, have sex. You see that it is on his mind. So which at times makes me think, ate bakiroga kyekisajja tekiri kyokka.
At the times we see relationships on social media and we judge them, but someone to come out, at the times ladies forego a lot of things. Men forego, but at times ladies forego a lot of things. There might be a lot of things that were going, that was going on between the relationship of that man, between their relationship, but they were just hiding it from the public. We, as the public, we just go to learn about their relationship when they're breaking up. Before, I didn't know actually that woman. Before,
Me too.
I didn't know, but there is a way social media judges everything. They had separated some years back, but they had never came out in public to declare. Bayinza okuba nga baali balina obukundi, something tekiwetinga up nekihappening.
This woman was in the church.
Balina okuba nga like they had issues for years, the issues were going on, but we just going to learn about their relationship, obviously.
Me, like I said, it is okay for relationships to end, okay? But at times, a lot of people have to put a lot of factors into consideration. There is me, and in Africa, unfortunately, for us in Africa, it's not like in the US or the UK or the European countries where when you divorce, you divide your assets. Here, you don't. A woman will hustle and go empty-handed. It is a man who decides and says, because we have kids, probably I'm going to give you the other apartment because we have got children. Now, this is the problem African women are facing. I'm not high jibjaba. I'm not like trying to say maybe it is okay for you to divorce, but I was on an issue of kindness. Anyone who is kind cannot treat someone the way that man treated that woman. And this does not only go with only men treating women. We've also seen men who even go ahead and kill women, who go ahead and kill men. A woman who probably, there is a story of a doctor who was just killed, all right, because the doctor, this doctor married this
So now what you're trying to say that people should not focus on riches, rather. So what you're trying to mean, like women should, or someone should not focus on riches, but rather kindness. That's what you're trying to say. Because you're like you're picturing everything to kindness. So someone should be kind, should not be rich.
I got kindness as a, by the way. Kindness and riches are different things. I just said a lot of people are afraid of getting married to poor people because they know even if they work together, at the end it will be them at a loss. And some others have other rich people are afraid that when they marry people who are poor, they might even kill them and take. We've seen scenarios where women are killing men because they want to take the assets. Remember, someone dying when you are married is different for someone divorcing you. When someone dies in Africa when you are legally married, you take the assets, more especially if you have children.
Not even legally, as long as as long as she's in marriage with that person. Ate kati ebyokooti bibaawo, as long as you have kids naye nga muli mwenna, a woman is entitled to get a share of her kids. Oba bakazi bali meka irrespective of the women.
You are saying that I said that people should marry kindness and not riches. No, I did not. That one
Financial stability.
No, I brought that as a by the way, because like if people were kind to each other, we wouldn't even be discussing such a topic right now. If people were kind, like I said, a lot of people are so afraid. The situation in Africa is not like in the US or the Europe where when you marry someone and you divorce these people, you divide your assets. In Africa, a woman can struggle with the man for over even 20 years, even 30 years. And with this, when this man decides to divorce this woman, the woman goes with nothing, even at that age. And we have seen this. And this is the most scaring part. Now, a lot of people are scared. But I didn't say, well, sorry, kindness and all that. I say that kind people, when you marry someone who is kind, at times, even if that person becomes rich, they always their kindness cannot allow them to commit such kind of inhuman crimes towards their spouses or people they are going to divorce. It is okay for people to end relationships. I wouldn't also want someone who doesn't love me to stay with me, all right? Because even if they do, it's not gonna work. But there are times where there is that kindness that prohibits, because seriously, sincerely speaking, the word, we always talk about things that we fancy. All right, everyone fancies to have the person they love. Like I said before, men and women, their feeling towards love is a little bit different. How we view love is different from how men view love. How we feel love is different from how men feel love. How women express love is different from how men express love. Now, when a woman does not love you, she does not love you. There is no day she's going to love you. And I always wonder where men usually say, ah, she did not love me at first. I had to date her. I moved for I don't know 10 years. And she had another man. And then after 10 years, she of course came. No, she came because probably the other man disappointed her. But men can learn to love. People say people learn to love. Women don't learn to love someone. Men learn to love. We've seen men who have had women, a man who has decided to marry a woman because that woman has had a great impact in his life. And he says, no matter what, this is the woman I'm taking. And in actual sense, at the beginning, this is not the woman he even loves. But along the run, he gets to love this woman that he lets go every other woman for this very man. Women don't do that. Women don't sacrifice their emotions for anything. General Mosquito, stop. You have come to scatter my house. Stay humble. Don't do that. Whenever General Mosquito comes, I'm not funny. God, praise, just stubborn. General Mosquito. So this is it. Men learn to, and actually, people usually say when someone is categorizing a woman, people usually categorize women with women are kind, but men are more kind than women. Because there are a lot of things women do that men cannot do. You see, men don't cry a lot. You don't see them shedding tears. You don't. Women keep on crying every time, but those tears don't mean anything close to kindness. And men always tend to be strong inside. And this is why when you find a woman who every time pretends to be strong, that is a kind woman. A woman every time trying to maneuver through situation and all that. And this is where people always tend to judge those things differently. There are a lot of things men do. And maybe probably the society doesn't notice. There are a lot of crazy things women do. All right. And unfortunately, people categorize women with the kindness. I know a woman, you are supposed to be kind because you are a mother. And even Mother Nature allows you. But we've seen scenarios where women are killing their own babies. Carries a woman a baby for 9 months, she goes ahead and kills this child. We saw a woman here in Uganda who stepped. I even know like talking about that story. She stepped on her little baby's belly and broke the baby's kidney because the baby was crying when she was having a bath. Now you can understand. I say the kindness is very important. If people were kind to each other, we wouldn't see people worried of dating poor people when they are rich. A lot of poor men don't want to date women from a humble family because he knows the next time this woman may kill me for my money. A lot of women don't want to date poor guys because they think the moment
Jibjeba says that I tell my wife to cry in a sink so she will need less water than she does in the dishes.
True. So this woman killed her own child.
Mm.
You see, and it is fine. We also have women who are kind. But all I was saying, it is important for you to look for that person who is kind. When you know the person you are dating is kind, you know this person can sacrifice a lot for whatever it is that you are building. Kind people tend to think about other people's emotions before theirs. A kind person will remember, even if you are trying to look at a beautiful woman that you feel like you're falling in love with, at times you remember, you say, oh, me and Maria, we have come a long way. I remember when we had only one square meal, and at least at this time I have to repay Maria for all the struggles. That is the kindness I'm talking about. And at the end, you realize this person decides to make a decision basing on the factors that everyone should be looking at, more especially in a relationship. Because dating someone is like sacrificing a lot. People change, or although people say don't change for the whatever story. People always talk about fancy, they talk about things they fancy. Change for the good cause. Why shouldn't you change if at all you know what you're doing is not good? The only body change is you changing from the good you are to something bad. But change is inevitable and change is important for growth of everything. If at all you know the moment I change, there is something greater that is going to come out from my change, then why shouldn't you change? The other people say, don't change your behaviors for anybody else. If someone cannot take you the way you are, so if you are a Casanova, somebody should take you because you are, and I should love you because of who you are. If you are a disrespectful man, you should not change because you are disrespectful, and I should love you. So because I should love you, the fact that you are disrespectful. If you're a man who doesn't want to work hard, I should still love you. You shouldn't change because so I think first of all, like I said, money is very important. If at all you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't remind you that, babe, we need to work hard and make money, then let go of that person. Because at one time, you're going to have kids and they cannot afford life, and it's going to be on you. Because the next time, this very person is going to be asking for things that you cannot afford. So it is important, except like I said, not everyone is going to be rich. And not everyone is going to be rich. That is one. And any richness that is not going to bring peace is not a good one. I'm not gonna wake up this time and of course definitely because I want me and probably my boyfriend, we want to be rich, and then we start doing a lot of things that are going to affect others or hurt others for our selfish interest, and that desperation again. I wouldn't support that kind of desperation. It is okay to work hard, and it is okay to understand that at times people don't have money, because this we have seen people who are millionaires and they've come We have seen people who are millionaires, but they have become poor. Okay, we've seen people who are poor and they've become rich. All right, we have seen all the things.
And we
So
have seen even women that are, of course, in rich that have rich men that are not happy,
yeah.
and many of them.
Yeah. So, like I said before, actually, marrying, whether you're poor or you're rich, it takes a kind woman to marry a poor guy. No, this is true.
Mm.
All right, and a woman who, because you see, everyone wants cars. Nobody, no
Mm.
one should tell you, nah, she's not materialistic. It is because she's kind. She has hope. She believes that one time.
Mm.
Because what if somebody comes in and says, if General Mosquito decides to say, Maria, I'm of course giving you this Lamborghini for free. It's coming. I'm going to ship it. Am I going to refuse that? I want it, and I'm going to pay for it. Why? Because I believe that one time this Lamborghini is going to be mine. So I'm just playing with you. I know you got 5 wives.
Okay, that's it.
General Mosquito is disastrous. You have a relationship expert next to you and you still haven't found a girl. I tell my wife to cry like a red light. That's very true.
So between you talked about kindness. I heard about that. I think I wish we made that a topic today. Kindness, and kindness is good, by the way, in relationship. I'm learning to see this. For me, my view for relationship was different
Mm,
prior.
mm,
I grew up having a different perspective about relationship,
mm,
but I'm learning these new things about relationship. For me, I grew up knowing that relationship is all about a man having money and it's over. That's
mm,
why, like, I grew up like trying to work hard just because I get any woman I want in my
mm,
hands. But
mm.
it's more than that. So to you, what like to you, if at all you're giving like an advice to someone, maybe your brother, maybe your sister, cousin, sister, she wants to get a man, your brother wants to get a wife, like what qualities or what could be the factors that determine for a relationship according to you?
First of all, I would say if there is someone who is rich out there, they should even be more scared of dating than the poor, because a lot of people are very extremely violent out here. The world
And by
is
the way, most of the rich men are polygamous.
the world is
Mm.
very, but they don't have peace.
Most of
That is
them,
the funniest
but
thing.
they have one wife at home, but very polygamous.
They are polygamous because everyone wants to throw themselves on them. They just, by the way, I told you last time the scenario of like, you don't see a man who has money chasing after women like you see some broke asses do.
Mm.
They don't have that time. Each time they have a lot of things. And the moment they get to these women, it is these women who are setting themselves ready for these men.
Mm. Look
You
at
understand?
Rasa.
Yes, these women set themselves. For example, Rasa usually dated these journalist women because they came to interview him.
Mm.
They come to
She gets
interview
this
him,
one, the
he
next
gets
day that.
them. There is a way they are always But these people are always everywhere. They have even little time. And the only time they have to rest is when they are at home with their wives. So why do these rich people have, more especially in Africa, why do they have a lot of baby mamas outside their matrimonial homes or outside their marriages? Because the ladies come when they are very sure. And in Africa, by the way, there is no woman who gets pregnant when she doesn't want.
The pregnancy.
Women have babies for people because they want to. For me, the scenario of someone, I don't know, I always see a lot of people pretending that they are confused. Have you had sex with 10 men at the same time? Why are you confused about who pregnanted you? You see a lot of people go, women have babies because they want to. And you find that a lot of these rich people are having very many babies outside their marriage because women come with that intention
of making babies with them.
Because they think the moment I get pregnant for INNOSSETU, now that INNOSSETU is rich, from this child I'm going to benefit. Even we see poor women. The moment a woman has a child with a man, stress. Even when the child is not sick, the child is sick. Even when the child is not in the, going to school, they double the school fees amount. They double everything each time.
Look at the other guy, Bruno K. That guy, how he was
confessing. So these are things. So when it comes to rich men having children out there, it is usually not their decision. It is usually not their decision. It is the decision that these women make because they know the future of my child is going to be secure. Women want to have babies with the men. They know that they want to have children, and they with the men they know are going to take care of these children. And that is why at times you even find, this is why at times you see that when these rich people die. Remember at the time a man had how many children? 90 what? 85. And other children he didn't even know.
That guy of St. Lawrence.
So these women come when they know what they want. But like I was saying, like the question you asked about the qualities that word. Actually, me, if it was a man, like I said, for a man who is established, they should be very, very careful with the people they decide to date or they choose to bring in their life. More especially those men who are established. All right? Because when you are established person, you are the desire of apparently everyone. Okay? Everyone can pretend about everything or anything.
They went for DNA, they made a clarification. They're saying repeated here.
So
forward and DNA will also be discussed.
So such kind of whatever nabuto kyokka yali muzeeyi abo bamaama baabwe kyokka bantu bakulu balina obwana oba baali basomesa
baana baali bananga baabo
ne bano
because St. Lawrence has been there for some.
Bano abakazi baali baana baawe
abasinga baali baana baawe. Like if you complete high senior 6 okutandika oli senior 1.
omulala wuuyo olubuto kati mbeerabidde mbadde ngenda okwogera fukulimba.
Don't forget. Fathering condemned for fathering children with students.
Mulenda tubuuza twogera ki? Now let's not to say something.
Ojja kwanjigale bugazi. Se naawe nze sewulira bulungi, sewulira bulungi mu stomaka. So you have not answered me. I asked you what qualities.
First of all, I said, um,
Because we see today a lot of people, like, their first thing they look at, like, what is the weight of your wallet. And most of the girls you see, most of them, they get problems when they visit boyfriends. Like, they look at whatever that is inside, as long as whatever that is inside is can, can he can, like he pictures everything that is inside the house is like can make marriage possible. They get married. He looks at the TV, a big bed, mazongoto. He looks at the sofa in the house, gas. I was seeing most of them.
Kapeka kumastani ogwangamba ninayo gazi. By the way, there is a lecturer at school who one day he was talking to me. You cannot have, if you really, maybe I'm a little bit stupid about a lot of things, but I hate people who are very arrogant.
Mm.
And I'm someone. There is a lecturer. INNOSSETU knows him. He's our lecturer at school. So he was trying to talk me out, like, oh, bullshit stuff. And the things, he's a grown ass man, but the way he was talking to me, I think he viewed me in a certain kind of way. And I just looked at him. I said, now look at this dude. The things even you are telling me to come and find in your house, I have seen. I have them in my house. But I know maybe because they see maybe I'm different. Oh, he thinks I'm not exposed to have. So he told me he has a gas cooker. So Maria, I have a gas cooker. Don't worry that you're gonna use coal. So I looked at that dude. I said, bro, he must have just what importance is there with this? Wow, and a lot of stupid things. But I think I think you don't come and talk to me. First of all, you talk to me like that, like you're trying to think I'm very stupid. I've never seen a gas cooker before. I've never had a gas cooker before. Or do you think I come from a bush or something? But anyway, people ate singa akigamba basire queen bandize. Now this is the problem. This is a problem of those kind of people. There is a certain category of woman you are going to tell about that gas cooker, and she will follow you. You don't tell that nonsense to me. You have a gas cooker. I looked at the fool and I went, people. But like I was saying, I think when people are looking at, it's okay for you to satisfy your spirit. Okay, it is okay for you to look at someone maybe you fancy, or someone who makes you, I'm sorry, I'm going to use this word, but I guess people say maybe someone who makes you horny when you look at them, because that one is also important, I think. uh and all that, but there are a lot of things that people really ignore, because today you cannot, the world is growing. There is a time where every woman in Africa wished to be slim. And if you had calves, if you had a big ass, it was a problem. And you would even go out looking for jobs and no one wanted to employ you. For example, in Uganda, we have had a lot of Indians here. You can never go to an Indian hotel or restaurant and you are looking for a job as a waitress, as a curvy woman, and you get that job. But we've had companies like Serena, Cheryl Twain. We've had some other Miss Steele, the American-owned companies that don't care about whether your body is curvy or not. Now, a lot of Africans are trying to adapt that. We have seen now hotels trying to bring in curvy women to work in their hotels. But before, even the offices, somebody's gonna look, the first thing they're gonna say, stand up. And they're gonna look at your big ass. I don't know, whatever it is they fancy. Someone's gonna look at your body, they're gonna say you're curvy, and someone's gonna say no. And then they're gonna take somebody, whether they have the skills or not, but as long as they are slim. Because this is what was here before. And this is the tendency of a lot of Indians. All right. And they had adapted that Indian method. Okay, let me eat a little. This spoon is for you. You're gonna use a spoon.
Yeah. They had adapted the Indians what?
I'm hungry. So now we are seeing they had adapted that system. Check it out. So things go on changing. There is a proverb. Are you okay? There is a proverb in Innosetu's language that says women are like young. there is a there is a lot of there is a proverb in Innosetu's language that says that says that women are like they are like ngabe young what banana leaves. Abakazi ndagala za mu lusuku. They are like banana leaves, because each time you cut a banana leaf to of course prepare your meal, because we use banana leaves to prepare meals here. The next time you go back tomorrow, you're still going to find another that has grown exactly where you cut this. There is another that is always coming. So it is a decision that you make. Because even if you wake up one time and you want to fall for every woman you see, you're not going to fall for everyone. You're not going to finish everyone. You're going to see this one with a big butt, this one has a small waist, this one is covered, the other one has big eyes, this one has beautiful legs, the other one has whatever. It is just the same thing with men. So people think women don't. People have a belief that women don't look at men and get attracted. Women get attracted to men too. A woman will look at a man and say, yeah, and yeah, which is normal. So me looking at you and saying he's fine doesn't mean that I want you. You're fine, but you're fine. It is just the truth. All right. Though we have got some other women who feel like they have the money. When they see a fine man, they start throwing money. Someone will even say, I want a night with you. And we've seen a lot of young boys staging in places where they expect to find rich women.
Wow.
Like in some supermarkets, in some stores. That was around. And they were talking in their whatever. Finding a flat parking is like finding a needle in a haystack. Come on. So it is a decision that you make. All right. And you say the decision, the maturity, because each day we see new things. Because I don't know why it is men who think it is them who get attracted. So if your wife is going with every man that she feels she's attracted to, and that woman is called something else, but it is okay for a man to do it, which is kind of weird. So like I was saying, people should be satisfied. with what they have, as long as that thing is playing a very important role in their lives. I always tell my brothers, you know, usually my elder brother, the one I follow, he tends to tell me like at times stories of his relationships and all that. Huh? Relationships and all that. But I told him sometime that, you see, he has a son, and he got this son when he was in school, and he wished to marry the mother to his son, but the woman had her own intentions.
Towards your brother.
Her own intentions, because but I don't really. I don't really involve myself at times, but me, I knew, because this woman was like around the same age with my brother, and we were almost in the same area, but I did not grow around that place. I was always in boarding schools and coming back and all that. But you see, this woman along the run, I guess she loved my brother because my brother had dreadlocks on the head. He had a lot of hair. That's how she fancied. For her, that was something that was attracting her. And then he was so so when my brother shaved off his hair, this woman started to withdraw, and even went ahead and told her friend that I don't even know why I fell in love with this guy. He doesn't even look good now, and all that. So you can see what got her attracted to my brother. Something very minor. All right. So, but my brother, have being the first girlfriend and all that, they thought they would be together, but along the run, they had to let go. But my brother, the child, of course, was raised home by us, my mom. So I told my brother one thing: when you wake up, and this, now that you have this boy in the picture, you cannot wake up and decide to marry a woman that for you think only suits you, because now there you are two people. There is that child who does not have a mother, and then there is you. If at all you are going to make a decision of marrying this whatever woman you want to marry, make sure that you are marrying a woman that is going to be kind enough to take your son as hers, and that one should be enough. Forget about if you want to have big ass woman or curvy, whatever it is, or whatever. Because at the end of the day, you may not even be with this woman, right? Unfortunately, I don't know if the woman she has now is has that quality. That is not my business. I don't really know. But each time you tell people, they don't listen. People take a lot of things slightly. And I'm waiting because I'm going to be there. And I'll be reminding him of what I told him. And he's doing the same mistake. So I think before anything, before someone being rich, before you look at someone's pocket, someone's beauty, someone's education level, anything, the kindness should be the first thing you should even look at. Before anything, because you can marry someone outside even whatever, but when this person is kind to you, or is kind, because the next time you're having two legs and you're going to be hit by the car, you have got all that money, this person is going to run away and leave you there because they don't have that kindness to stay back and take care of you. People are going to say, no, I wouldn't wish my woman to take care of me. I'll be having, no, you are lying. It is just the right thing to do, and it is just normal. The next time you're going to go bankrupt,
So, um,
Become here.
mm, so, however, you have not answered me yet.
You want me to keep talking?
No, not that, not that, not that. Like I've not got the answers
I
I
said
want.
kindness is the first priority,
Yeah.
first choice.
And I said, apart from kindness, which other things someone should should be looking at in a relationship
In a
rather
re-
than the riches and kindness? Because the topic today was riches. Yes, we know that some people are
Discipline.
looking.
That is true.
I
Discipline.
thought kindness is
Ah,
discipline.
umuntu ayinza okubeera kaini nga talina mpisa. It is true. Ate obutabeera na mpisa, it doesn't mean nti akuvuma.
Disrespect.
Ate discipline ebeera mu different fields. Tekigamba mbu akufukamirira bw'oba kukiz discipline. Okiwulira? But ate kindness naye ebikkako is a bigger picture because omuntu ali kind ne bw'oba mu mutima gwe ayinza okutula n'agamba mulabe nneebiiso naye n'atabifulumya mukama. Okitegere naye nga mu mutima akyogera but because bwe nkyogera how is he going to feel? N'okimira ekyo n'okisirikira and they're not going to know. But omuntu ayulika.
But I've looked at what do they call this? I'm sorry to ask you for all these questions. Sure, they your cut today, but I want to know. I've looked at people getting married to people, and like you look at housewives. You look at a woman. The woman is always like the abeera wansi wa musajja is always down, like if the man gets home, like no one is talking again, like that kind of relationship. What do we call that? I'm seeing a lot of a lot of the Baganda marriages. They are like that.
And men enjoy that.
A lot of
I
Baganda
think
marriages.
a lot of men enjoy that.
Omukazi
But-
okubeera nga alinga ekitagase waka yina beekwekamu nsonda.
And this is why bwe bamala okufa ng'abaana be babazaddemu babonaabona. You understand? Because bwe wali onkana nasooka kwekweka eyo pretense. It is a pretense when you are in.
For me, I felt over it was because of like getting married when the age difference, when they are not age mates.
Tolanga omusajja omukulu awasa omwana nga mupanga muto.
But
nga mupanga.
but I've seen marriages. These marriages grow. You see even an old bakuzira are even grandparents, but they still behave the same way.
That fear that usually African men fancy in women. African men love it. And by the way, these kind of women, I'm going to say this with no fear, are the women who are having even children who are not for these men.
True.
They are having children who don't belong to these men. But when the men come back home, they are seated at the corner. But what feel? Is that such a pretense? I told you about the other woman last time when you told me about that thing. This woman, every time she knew the husband comes at 1, she does not eat before. Now when the man comes, if at all she's maybe because our houses were closed, we were living in a quarters, so she would be. Each time she hears the husband had is it Suzuki? No, he had a Honda. It was a Honda, a big cheap bike. It was a Honda. You know, Hondas make those big Hondas make a lot of noise. I don't know, and it was recent, by the way, not long ago. So whenever she would hear the Honda of the husband, she runs. If at all she was with other women, they are gossiping. She runs and she even sits and waits when the husband comes. There is a way she talks, not even with that. I don't know the problem with that woman. I tell me, this is the first time I've seen someone behave like that. She would come very scary. She serves, she puts that table there, serves this man, and she goes at the corner of the house and faces straight to the husband when she has humbled herself. And the husband's finished eating. You want me to pour water in the glass? Yes. And she pours the water in the glass, and this man is eating. Some men enjoy that. Mm? Some men enjoy that really, because I think they feel that is what makes them a man. Now she's seated over there and I'm doing the whatever bullshit. And At the end of it all, when the man is finished, she has to remove all the things. And this man, I'm going for work. Here is the money from, I want to eat fish for
Tomorrow
dinner
for dinner.
as I come back. Yeah. So the man, okay, all right. She takes the money. The moment that Honda's, woo, she goes back. Even the table that was there, it remains there. She goes and she starts whatever she was doing. If you cannot now, what is the essence? Because you see, if I may be with my husband in the house, I may not even kneel with my husband when I'm there with him. I may tell them, hey babe, I'm going to eat this one. No, do you see? Do you see? But I cannot treat him the way I treat him here when we are two, when he's outside in the public. Because I think for me, I feel like this is the respect. All right. So what is the essence of you showing the man something different? And everyone knows someone is having sex with you every evening in the garden. All right. So what is the essence? What is the essence of you trying to show your husband you respect him here? You're so scared. Me, I feel like women who do that thing, there's the pretenders. And what is the essence? Because these people outside here see. They see things. I'm telling you, people have eyes. They see things. People even know. They will look at you. They will know, now this child is for James. Poor man is even taking care of that child. They see your wife do this bullshit, and you are there stupidly. All right. I may even come and I'm like, babe, you want water? Probably I'm doing something else. And I'm like, the water is in the fridge. You go and pick it. But I know when I'm somewhere else, I'm not going to tell you to pick that water. If I'm coming to your home, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be sending you to do stuff, because the other one is when we are in our friendship zone. You're my friend. You may even decide to say, I'm coming to unplait your hair, and I will sit and you will do it. And we are in our friendship. If you cannot be friends here when you are two, then what are you? And this is why a lot of people do that mistake. And I think men, by the women who are always like that, at the end you find even this man, she's humbling herself for he has only one child with this man. Kubuzaabuza mbeera. He's humbling. Why should you be afraid? Because that one, and there is a difference between being scared of someone and respecting someone. It is not important for you, innocent, to come and say, Maria, I probably we are dating, and you say like, I really hate this thing. Okay? And yeah, he's coming, just do, he doesn't like it. Let me just do it. All right? And the moment you turn your back, I'm doing something different. Oh, we are not abantu abo babito basemberera. And I'm like, okay, babe. And the moment you turn around, I'm right there. Is that one respect? So I think the respect that people should be looking at is how someone projects you out there. Is how someone does things when you are not around, not when you are there. That is the respect. And a lot of African men don't view this as an important thing. Because if you leave the house and I've been I'm pretending to be busy, and you're gone, and I'm right behind you opening the gate, I'm going to meet other men, the society is seeing. And I know you are coming back at exactly 4, and I'm rushing at 3. you find me home and you're extremely excited. And someone else is going to call you, babe, I'm not home. I'm a little bit late, maybe at the market, but I'm coming. Or maybe by the time you head, I've called you, I'm telling you, I'm heading somewhere. In some other, why is she always not? But someone has told you, and someone else will pretend about it entirely. And I think this is why people always say that men are very childish. You see, people always say men are very innocent about a lot of things. No, no, Sukulimba. Men are very innocent about a lot of things. A man is someone who can be easily lied to. Men are people who can be easily lied to. That's why you will meet a woman, she will tell you about the fact that she's a virgin. We have got a lot of things that can make a woman virgin. A woman will even have sex with you when she's in her periods and she will tell you, you have broken my virginity. And men will even put their hands to be cut because I've seen blood. I mean, I've seen this blood. They even don't know there are women who lose their virginity without bleeding. And men don't even know. Men even don't know that there are things that even can make a woman's private part tighter. Men don't know. Women are smarter. When it comes to this usual life, you see, men are a little, this is why you find men falling prey. If a woman wants to lie to a man, she can lie to a man, and until maybe she tells that man that I've always been lying, the man may never find out, because men are taken by small things. Small things, they impress them, they don't look deeper. Like I said, a man's emotion is just, he wants something, he wants it. He doesn't want more than that. A man will, maybe it is his character, probably he wants someone who does something, and the moment you do that, the rest he doesn't want to look at them, even if they are good. If a man particularly his mind is tied, he says, I want a woman who does this. Even if you have other 10 good things, he's not going to look at them. He wants this.